Excellent. Well, welcome back. That was a very short break as I have just joined the server team that all 12 players are ready and we are back on schedule with the game that I promised you before between the Enigma Zone Crew 403 against Fat Kid Super Team. Fat Kid Super Team were originally going to be more of a Danger Dogs lineup, which is a team that's currently chilling in, I believe, Div 2, but I could be wrong about that, in ETF2L currently. And they're boasting some good European talent. And Team 403 were at Info Show LAN in April, and they came third, beaten only by AO Girl and the Enigma Zone crew. That's a previous Enigma Zone crew. They have since then joined the organization that beat them. So we are in for a blinder. I've also subbed out our casters, so we get another range of casting. Ryushi is joining us on the microphone. Hello, Ryushi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is it still morning? It feels like afternoon already.
It is. I have just woken up. Still morning for me anyway.
Still morning for you. We've been up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed since the very start of the day, casting the beta TF2 LAN in Kaunas, powered by Zowie Gear, and it has been good so far. We've had some very strong games, even at the beginning of the tournament, where you normally expect rolls. We've had some very close things, and this one actually promises to be closer than the rest, because I have no idea which team's going to win this. I would assume that 403 have the advantage because they came third last time and only got beaten by those two fairly good teams, really. But there's definitely some talent on the roster of Fat Kid Super Team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 403 are an actual team, of course. So
Yes.
they've played together for a long time. They know each other, so they're going to have that teamwork-based ability. Whereas over on the other team, you've got I think slightly higher div players. Chaka was last seen in Prem in sixes. Alfie's a very strong div 2 player. You've got other players who I don't recognise, but I know they are higher divs, but I haven't seen too much of them.
Yeah, Rox played a little higher div, I think, and but I think the weakness. I feel bad for saying this because he's such a nice guy. Is going to be Kanye Blessed on Demo Man. I'm not sure how he's going to compare to Renew. I haven't really seen him play Demo, but I think he's lower div than the rest of these guys at his main class, and Demo Man is not his main class. So we'll have to see how he performs, and hopefully they can get carried by the rest of their team. Sorry, Raishi, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I totally agree that that'll happen. Also, we've got to watch Maxa00, who is a Pyro main in Highlander who doesn't really play much sixes, so he's had to sub in sort of at short notice. I think a couple have in this team. Is that right?
They have, yeah. They were. I think it might be two, but it could also be a third. Were going to be attending the Lithuania LAN, and then Alfie found out that they weren't going to be attending. They dodged the LAN at short notice, and yeah, he had to kind of fill in the spare players on the team with what he could find, and he has not done a bad job of it, to be fair. They've got some decent talent, and it'll be interesting to see how they gel as a team, definitely. Do you want to take us through the roster, actually? Because we do have a little bit of time. I've been told that Renew, the demo man from Team 403, his config keeps resetting every time he dies. So we've got a little bit of time while he sorts that out, just to run through the rosters and have a little talk about this fixture.
Okay, well then I think I'm going to take you through TEZC then. In that case, we've got on medic we have Pakas. On scouts we have Kraftaz and Zilis. Our pocket soldier is Morty. Our Roma is Vendigo, and Renew, as you said, is our demo man for TEZC.
Yeah, definitely. That's a strong lineup, and I have heard time and again that their carries are definitely their scouts.
Yeah,
they have got some brilliant scouts in. I'm sure that this is not how you pronounce the name, but I'm afraid he's going to be called Zilis for the rest of this LAN because I think it's more of a j sound, or like a like the French j, yeah, like Gilish or something. But I don't really know, and I'm afraid I'm not Lithuanian or Eastern European, so I'm just going to completely bastardize it and turn it anglicized and call him Zilis. I hope I haven't offended anybody who's watching from Eastern Europe with my terrible pronunciation of the name, but he is a very strong scout. And he's actually banned on ETF2L at the moment for using wallhack, or allegedly using wallhack. Of course, we're not going to be using it at this LAN because it would be blatantly obvious. He's going to be joined by Kraftas, who's also very good. So it'll be interesting to see how they compare with the with the Highlander talent, really, of the opposing team.
Yeah, definitely. If you want me to run through Fat Kid Super Team, I can do that as well.
Yeah, give us Fat Kid Super Team as well.
Okay, well, as you can see on your screens, people, we have got Zigmus on Medic, Kanye Blessed on the Demo Man, Alfie running the Pocket with Rox running the Roma, and then Maxa00 and Tracker, I'm just going to call him Maxa, Tracker on Scout. And those two, I'm expecting off classes from them, obviously, with a Pyromane and Tracker being a fantastic sniper. Normally, because he's from Belarus, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
He normally plays on like a really high ping, so it'll be interesting to see him playing a 0 ping sniper.
Yeah, this for me is one of the most interesting things about this team is the fact that Tracker is a Highlander sniper, has played Sixes Scout before for Furbo Pandas, but that's really just because Hildreth and his team like to take talent from Highlander and see if they fit into Sixes, you know? And Tracker normally plays, as you say, with about 200 ping, apparently. It's ridiculous, like 100 and something at least. And just is renowned for this very... You know when you play against a sniper and they have high ping, it can sometimes seem...
Walls,
yeah,
you get
exactly.
shot behind cover.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's truly ridiculous to play against them. And it'll be interesting to see whether he can still pull off the same crazy sniping when he's got LAN ping, which at the moment, according to the scoreboard, is 1. But I'm sure it's more like 5, like the rest of them. I think that's fake ping. So, yeah, with LAN ping, his sniping is going to be completely different. And it'll be interesting to see whether he can still pull off the same incredible stuff or whether he's just, like, so not used to it that it causes a break in his game, in his concentration, and he's unable to pull it off.
Yeah, I think that's going to be... If he is still as good a sniper as he is on 150 ping, if even better maybe, then I think that's going to play a big part in this map. Obviously, Goalie Wash last a hard point to push, and against a good sniper, you don't really want to do it. And also, mid point, some great sightlines on there, so we'll see how 403 play against it if he is as good as he is on...
yeah, and of course, we are going to be going to Viaduct after this as well.
Oh yeah, wow.
So he's going to cause absolute havoc on there if his sniping is on, because Viaduct is just such a good map to run sniper on. It causes havoc with the enemy team's positioning, and you can get so many good frags on it. If you have just joined us, this is Beta LAN 2014 coverage powered by Zowie Gear. And these teams currently at the beginning of the tournament, they're still playing their round 1 games. Every game is a best of 3. And we right now are seeing the fixture between the Enigma Zone Crew 403 edition and Fat Kid Super Team in blue and red respectively. They are playing for a chance to continue through the upper bracket. The losing team will be knocked down to the lower bracket. It is double elimination, and the winning team will progress for a chance to carry on winning until they get to those elusive Zowie prizes, hard gear prizes that are really sick. And of course the medals that have been put in the game and the cash prizes. There's just so many things for this LAN. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's Hugh's done a fantastic job at organising it and sorting everything out. And frankly, I wish I was going myself.
Exactly. I wish I was going, and it's not even for the prizes. Just the atmosphere when I went in April. I went to Info Show LAN in Lithuania, and it was incredible. It was so much fun just going with a group of mates over to Lithuania, which is such a different country compared to the UK. It's just got... It was really nice, actually. I was surprised. I was expecting it to be Soviet blocks and
secret police.
And you know what I mean. And it wasn't. It was just a lovely place. The Kaunas itself, the city, is just lovely. Really nice architecture and a lovely city. Lovely people as well. So I was incredibly impressed. I loved it and would highly recommend it to anyone. The only reason I can't go now is because I'm very busy with work, not on the weekends, of course, but during the weekdays that it was played as well, and couldn't get a proper flight. Otherwise, I would definitely be there down on the ground with them. And I'm sure the guys that are there are having an incredible time. I know that they were going out last night. They sent me some pictures, and I've seen them all as they were out in the bars. Did you see that picture, Ryushi? I think we can bring it up on the stream at some point. Maybe not right now, but in one of the breaks of them all just having a drink. Mike looked absolutely leathered.
Well, he always does. Especially, I remember iSeries, he looked completely smashed.
Yeah, I think he was. So it'll be interesting to see as the day develops as well, and alcohol intake creeps higher and higher, whether or not the skill level increases or decreases. I suppose it's got the potential to increase, but I'm expecting a decrease as alcohol hits the roof.
I think it'll be an increase. I personally think I've always played better when I'm drunk. So I mean, surely that must apply to everyone else. TF2 is such a fun game to play when drunk. Although of course we don't condone. We don't what's the word?
We're not
Respect? No.
promoting.
That's the word. We're not promoting underage drinking or anything of the sort, or binge
Absolutely
drinking.
not.
No.
Nobody's underage there, as far as I... In fact, I don't think anyone actually is, as far as I know. Admirable's about 92.
Yeah, well,
and
yeah.
Mike, although he is has always been the young guy of the scene, who's very talented, is getting on himself now. He's approaching that 20 mark, so he's he should know how to hold his alcohol, but obviously doesn't. But of course, they do not need the alcohol to have a good time. It is just a fantastic event where everybody comes together to play some TF2 and hang out with everyone else as well. And it's just the experience of being in another country. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you can make it to the one in April, or did make it to the previous one, then I thoroughly suggest that you go again, because it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. LANs are a fantastic thing, and talking about LANs, can we promote any upcoming LANs? Or do we know of any that are upcoming in this in this sort of almost a break that we're having a chat thing?
There is the InfoShow LAN that's coming up in April 2015, which is going to be on at the same place in Kaunas. It's going to be run by slightly different people, but Huey's the main driving force behind all of these TF2 tournaments, and it is him running it again. The sponsors and prizes and things might be slightly different, but I think I'm anticipating that it'll have a slightly bigger turnout actually than this one as well. This tournament, of course, did manage to get 8 teams, which is phenomenal for a small LAN in Eastern Europe, which is brilliant. So they have managed to get themselves 48 players turned up and all playing some TF2 games, which is great. But I think InfoShow in 2015 is predicted to have slightly more than that, as everybody wanted to come this time, but it was slightly more inconvenient than going in April. So that is the next big LAN on the horizon, as far as I know. Oh no, actually there is OG LAN as well in Sweden, which is
well, that hasn't been confirmed yet.
No, it hasn't been confirmed, but hopefully that's on the cards for sometime around early December. Yeah, which again will be great if you can make it down to there. I'm sure TFTV will be covering some of it as well, and that will just be an absolute great laugh. LANs are what makes this game. If you play TF2 and you haven't yet been able to make it to a LAN, you absolutely should. You should make sure that you do that before you stop playing the game, or before the game dies, which it absolutely does not look like it's doing anytime soon. With all of the LANs and all of the community effort that's just been piled into this game, I think it'll continue for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Mostly just because people are scared that all the work they've put into it is just going to go away, so they're going to keep trying hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if we don't get any support from proper people. But I have just noticed Renew has rejoined the game, so we're back to 12 players on the server. So hopefully he's got his stuff sorted and we can get going really soon, because I'm looking forward to this match.
I think they did say
we might actually have gone live.
Yeah, I think...
No, not yet. We're
close. No, we haven't gone live right now, but I think we are going live at some point, because Fat Kid Super Team have given them an ultimatum. They said if you're not ready in 15 minutes, and that was about 15 minutes ago, they're going to just take a default win, because they can't be bothered waiting for Renew to set up all this configs and everything. So hopefully there will be a game happening between these two teams, because it's going to be a really good clash of the... Well, 403 are pegged to be one of the better teams at this tournament, probably the second best or maybe third best. And Fat Kid Super Team are kind of a wild card. Nobody really knows where they're going to place. So this game will give us a really good idea of A, whether 403 are going to live up to their potential, and B, where Fat Kid Super Team are going to place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, waiting too long, not being bothered to wait is... Some might say that as a little bit disrespectful, but in this LAN environment, which I think it's only being played today, right?
Yes, it is only being played today, so they only have a small amount of time to really make this tournament work. And we are still in the first round. If you've just joined us, this is still the first round of the Beta TF2 LAN in Lithuania. So this was scheduled, I believe, to start 3 hours ago. So they've I don't know whether it's lack of servers or just bad organization or something, but these teams are very late starting here, and we have gone live. We have a game on our hands, Ryushi. If you have just joined us, it's Beta LAN 2014. We are in, well, we aren't in, but the teams are in Lithuania, and they are duking it out for some sick prizes by Zowie. We are going to our first middle on CP Gully Rush. Next map is CP Viaduct. I'm watching Renew as he puts a lot of pressure up onto Kanye Blessed. He's on 1 HP, does eventually go down to some help by Morty as well. And it's a bit of a crumble at the moment. Tracker and Rox, the only fragging classes really left alive. And it looks like 403 are on the warpath to hunt them down.
Yeah, and they are going to find Tracker. Rox, I think he's backed out with his medic. So, yeah, no, well, he does back out, but not with his medic. So, a huge, actually, deficit for Zigmas in terms of Ubers. He's got almost a 50% disadvantage there. And that's going to be really tough for them to hold last. I think rather than trying to hold it in lobby or anything, they've really got to sit back on last, pick up those off classes and just see what they can do. Tracker has picked up his sniper rifle, so this is going to be the first chance that we can see if he can do anything with it. And so we'll keep a close watch on him, but where are 403 going to come from? That is the question. They look to be holding up top at the moment, coming in through that river maybe, sending the soldier in first. They've got to be quick though, because Zigmas does have his Uber, so they've wasted a lot of time getting onto that second point. That's not really the best situation there, Sideshow. But the Uber's going to come in right now as the soldier jumps straight across. He's going to go straight onto the medic of Zigmas, but he does pop it off in time. Now they're getting onto the point. It's going to be the demo Renew getting a nice pipe onto Tracker, but isn't going to be able to do anything else. And Fat Kid Super Team do hold the point for at the moment, but with the repush coming in from 403 now, trying to get onto the players, they're going to take down Maxo, but no one else really going down so far. Alfie does finally take the fall, but with Rox and that demo of Kanye Bless still up, back to Super do hold. There is a scout coming in. No, doesn't manage to do anything. Zilis is not able to cap the point. He gets spotted out. And a good hold from Fat Kid Super Team there.
Yeah, definitely a good hold from them, and they've equalised the Uber situation, so they are going to be defending with Maxa on heavy, hanging around the point. A little bit unnecessary for him to actually stand on the point, as Kanye Bless has completely stickied the area up as well. But we are going to be seeing an Uber v Uber. There are no off classes coming out from 403 at the moment. They just have their 2 soldiers, 2 scouts, a demo and a medic as they move across into the riverside right now, just preparing to see what kind of a defense they're up against. And they are going to be up against a defensive sniper from Tracker. We'll see what he can do as he's peeking at main at the moment, I believe, or possibly sending his scope over to the top right as well. Vendigo though with the bomb in, tries to get the force out of the medic, and he does, and that's an Uber v Uber exchange. They've both lost 2, but Kanye Blessed has gone down, and that's a demo man advantage for 403. Renewed so weak though. Zilis comes to help him out, and the health on 403, just far too weak for them to do anything. Oh, and actually, Rox just firing a random spam rocket there down the riverside does manage to actually pick up the demo man.
Yeah, that's going to be big. Renew the only one left down now for 403 as they do get some spawns, and the push out, I think they're from FKSD, does not manage to do anything as Alfie does go down. So with their strong sort of pocket of Alfie, I think he's their main caller as well, going down, and they lose the demo. Kanye Bless gets caught out in lobby alone. Why was he even there? I'm not quite certain, but 403 are just in a happy position right now. They've got slight advantage, and with no demo, they might just try and push this dry and then hope they get the Uber in time, because they can without a demo, really.
Yeah, I think they should definitely be trying to get in through these choke points before Kanye Bless really spawns, and that's what they're doing. They're just walking in through the riverside area now. They're not met with the Pyro. The Pyro are busy on a different door and does go down early. Uber v Uber exchange, but pick advantage here for 403. They have lost Zilis though, who will be very useful after this Uber exchange. There's only 2 players left alive though, as Kanye Bless just gets absolutely swamped on the point by Craftass and Renew. So they are going to be able to pick up that first round after 4 minutes of intense fighting, and we are going to be going to a second mid, Ryushi.
Yeah, I want to be watching Kanye Blessed. You said he might be the weak link, so I want to see how his mid start. He's going to go straight for the choke rollout. He's a little bit slow, but he's not that much slower than Renew, so I don't think his rollouts are anything to particularly worry about so far. Renew's actually going to get picked off as Kanye Blessed finishes him off somehow. He must have hit himself with a sticky, and now that medic 403 is trapped out of the choke, cannot get into the middle. 403 surely should just get cleaned up with the lack of heals here. Yeah, they have all backed off Zilis and Morty. I think they're still fighting on mid. Actually, they've come in to try and get as many picks off. They're going to get a few, but Zilis trades his life away. Morty's trying to get onto the... he does get onto the medic of Zigmas and takes him down, but he's now trapped out behind the enemy. Wait, no, he's in front. Gets
yeah,
out.
he's on his side. He's fine. He just he juggled Zigmus into the choke and then hit him with a sweet rocket just round the corner and managed to get himself out of there as well. So a nice play by him to engineer Pacas an 80% advantage, and they're going to be able to use that in. That was a really nice mid though by Kanye Blessed and by the soldiers, Alfie and Rox, completely destroying the team of 403 as Kanye Blessed baited them into the choke area. But just a poor play defending their medic at the end of that has given them a disadvantage, and now they've got to desperately try and force out this Uber charge. They do manage to get the force, and now it's just dependent on Vendigo, see what he can get done. Is he going to be able to get a frag with this? Oh, it looks like he's not, but they do manage to pick out Maxa, who wasn't able to escape. Just a slight overextension from him there, but now just a bit of a flip-flop as Zigmus does have a large Uber advantage, 50% now to play with, and he will be wanting to repush mid here. Oh, but they're not going to give him chance.
I didn't think they were, but now they definitely are, because there's scouts coming from behind. The combo from FKSD are now trapped out, sort of sandwiched there. They're going to just lose player after player as they're having to back out. They do force out the Uber defensively to run away from it, but 403 are going to cap that middle point and put them in a fantastic position to push last with almost a 60% advantage. They can just go straight in as soon as they get this, which will only be in about 10 seconds now.
Yeah,
Depending on where they're coming from. There's a demo coming in close from lower. He does manage to back out, takes a bit of spam rocket and backs out. But if Renew had been caught there, which he has been before, it could have been a dangerous situation. They're going to come straight in through that river once again. It's just going to be the soldier though. It's just a solo single target Uber onto the soldier, picking up the scouts as they're coming through main. Wendigo's going to go down though. His medic drops in there, and now Renew takes a ton of damage. 403 lose 3 players. Now they've just got a scout and a soldier alive. Morty and okay, everyone down now. Morty's just the last one left alive. Where is he? He's in lobby with 60 HP. He is surely not going to be able to make a play onto last with that amount of HP. He does get caught out by a scout. Manages to pick up the health pack though. Will he go down here? He's fighting, dueling a scout in top lobby. While this is happening, all this is doing is delaying time on the point for Fat Kid. So this is really good from him. He does eventually take down Tracker and goes for last point. In fact, no, he's going to switch up his roster and switch up his jump and go for the medic in lobby. Doesn't manage to take him down before Rox kills him, but all this time has just delayed the cap from Fat Kid.
Yeah, he did. The entirety of his play there just completely slowed down Fat Kid Super Team, and they weren't able to push out onto second. Kanye was trying to get as much cap time as he possibly could, but very cleverly actually realised that he really couldn't afford to sacrifice his life away for cap time, and backed off, didn't overextend, so I'm impressed with his lack of overextension there, and the Ubers are going to be equal. Maxa is going to be running his Pyro, his main class, on that pipe, and going to be denying. We're going to get a masterclass in Pyro right here from Maxa. Let's see what he can do as the Uber... No, the Uber doesn't come in. Morty's just coming in for a bomb as he tries to get onto Zigmus. He doesn't manage to pick him up, but the Pyro has gone down in the middle of that. That's going to help the Uber charge, but unfortunately they lost... Craftas at the same time, so they're not going to be able to push that. It looks like they're just hanging about in lobby. Maybe with the Pyro pick there they could have gone, but with the... No, the Pyro is not respawning. Maxa respawns now on Scout. Interesting that he is choosing Scout now that they're on Uber v Uber. They're confident that they're going to hold this without a Pyro.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for 403 not really switching up their last push at the moment. Once again, they look like they want to come in through last. It's going to be a Scout going underneath while the soldier Uber comes in top. They're going to try and just buy time so that the scout can get the point. The point is actually stuck up. This could be really dangerous for Fat Kid, and yet they just get so much cap time on the point. Huge play by 403 there to just get their scout go straight underneath and just fake him with the Uber. Really nice strat.
Yeah, and I think something you can tell between these teams is that 403 is a team, is a proper team, not a mixed team, and so they do have these strats that they can pull out, whereas Fat Kid Super Team just have to kind of work it as best they can and bluff it a bit. We have gone to our third middle. Looks like 403 very strongly taking that top right hand side as their scouts hang around on the left, combining together to take down or pressure out Kanye Bless. Max are pressuring them now, but he goes down as well. And Alfie desperately trying to make a play happen, but couldn't quite manage it. So 6v4 now in favour of 403. Kanye Bless just getting caught out there. He walked into a wall instead of walking into the door, and that is going to be a huge respawn for him. 13 seconds until he's back up. The Ubers are going to come in before then. I think they should not give him the opportunity to set up a sticky trap before they get in, and they're not. Vendigo already in with the Uber, but does get taken down by Tracker. And this is a phenomenally bad Uber so far, but they put so much damage onto Tracker just then. this could still go well for 403. Renew's got all the position he needs as long as he gets a bit of backup from other people. Morty's hanging about beneath the point, and now Craftesk goes in as well to pick the medic. Only Rox and Kanye Bless left alive. Their position was so poor, having to be dragged down to the point to defend. They just could do nothing.
Yeah, that was really nice from Renew, actually. Yeah, okay, Vendigo did go down, so there was just no damage coming from that pocket roll, but Renew just did so much with that single target Uber that, you know, sometimes if you're a medic, you forget how much damage a demo can do, and just popping a single target Uber onto a demo can do so much. But as we come into this third middle, Renew once again really aggressive onto that choke. Kanye Bless really slow, not even able to get there at all. And Max is going to be the first frag for Fat Kid, and they're going to lose a few, but Zillis and Pakas do go down, so that's no players, that's no medic up for 403, and Zigmas did manage to get out alive, so if they can regroup, get their numbers back up again, and then re-push straight onto the middle, they're going to have a huge Uber advantage as long as they can keep Zigmas alive. It is the pocket and demo, so Kanye Blessed and Alfie looking to defend him, but there's going to be a scout coming in from behind. He does get spotted out, surely not going to be able to do anything. No, Kanye hits him with a nice pipe. And now the soldier coming in, he's going to take 7 damage, he's going to take so much damage, but he does manage to get the force out of Zigmas there, and there's no one on mid. 403 are all the way back in big doors. They're going to give up the point, but they're going to have a huge advantage to re-push. Some nice plays
they've
by
got Morty
the
behind as well. Morty jumped up the drop down and distracted them just on mid, but nobody on his team in a position or with enough health or numbers even to be able to help him out. So as 403 are in a position to defend, they don't quite have the spawns up yet, so their positioning is very passive at the moment. They're allowing Fat Kid Super Team a bit of space on Big Door, and they didn't have the choke fully on lockdown, but now Renew's moved over there and he does have the place stickied off. The score 3-0 with 18 minutes remaining, and the Uber advantage in favour of the team that's currently in the lead. Renew and Vendigo bombing forwards, getting a lot of damage at the choke, but actually taking a ton as well, so Renew not really able to do anything further with that. And they're going to be transitioning over to Big Door. A 1v1 at the moment between Rox and Morty. And nobody going to get the better of that, but they've allowed the Uber to come back in from Alfie and Kanye Blessed.
Yeah, Pakas is going to be going down, so 403 not in the best position for this. It's a 3-on-3 right now. Alfie shotgunning down Zillis underneath the point. Craftas and Vendigo, the only ones left alive. Craftas is going to get the pick onto Kanye Bless, and now it's just both soldiers left alive for Fat Kid. They're both really low, though. Craftas does manage to finish off Roxas. Rock, can he manage to get the third one? No, a respawning Max and picks him off, but Alfie camping that health pack does get picked up by Vendigo. So 403 do manage to hold onto the point just, but both medics did go down in that situation, so we find us with no real Uber advantage for either team as
yes, we do.
403 holding the point.
Oh, yes, we do. As we see Zigmas running Kritzkrieg. I love this play. Both medics have gone down at the same time. He's going to be defending his second point, but they are going to be aggressing into mid, or possibly aggressing into second point, as they're going to have to give up second here with their Kritzkrieg. And they've dropped Kanye Bless, the overextension from their demo man, as he was completely separated from the heals. And now they're forced to go all the way back to last, and they don't have a target to properly crits on, and they're getting flanked by Morty. Oh, Morty not quite able to hit his rockets. They were eaten as by Alfie and Tracker, I think, just saving Zigmas so much there. And the Kritzkrieg, sorry, is going to be up. They're going to pop it on Alfie. They're not able to get a frag. Oh, Zillis delaying that Kritzkrieg for so long. He's now using the crit shotgun as he tries to get onto Renew. He does manage to kill him with the equalizer, and now he's trying to go for the med. Then gets the med down to 15 health, and then Pakas gets a 2k, Alfie and Tracker, and then Rox drops Pakas, and then gets an air shot. Oh my god, things just happening everywhere. This is brilliant play. That was a series of incredible individual plays there, but at the end of it, Pakas did go down to the Kritzkrieg and the Aftermath, and the only two players really left alive from 403, and one of them goes down, so the only one really left alive is Vendigo, who's in a position to block if anybody tries to contest second. He's just putting down some spam at the moment, but 403 are missing all of their scouts and still running Kritzkrieg at a Fat Kid Super Team.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from 403 to really get aggressive into that crits. They knew it was coming, or they must have known it was coming, because that was such an aggressive move, but just everything's happening over at Big Doors right now. Fat Kid do lose 4, but Pakas does go down again there, I think, in that fight, so once again we lose both medics. There's going to be a pyro-up of Maxa defending that lobby area. There is a soldier of Multi trying to get him from behind. He's got 37 HP though. I'm not quite sure why he's trying to go for the flank with that. Yeah, he does back out now, but Fat Kid, they're finding it really hard to push out of their last right now.
They are, and it could be a partly to do with the fact that they're running crits and haven't had a good one yet. They have switched back to the normal Uber charge, but they seem to be losing a lot of people, but also getting a lot of kills. So they haven't been put in a bad position by pushing out, if you see what I mean. They haven't been they haven't had to give up last or had a bad defensive last just because they failed a push out. They've just been stunted.
Rox does just crater there by jumping off launch pad. So
I saw that. I thought he was trying to land on the health kit, but he just didn't manage it.
Yeah.
Kraftas is in underneath the point. He's in water at the moment, and I don't think anybody saw him. Actually, Kanye is stickying it up, so I think he does know, but Kraftas now is going to be able to shoot these stickies off and going to play for the point. Is this going to be the cue for the rest of his team to come in? Yes, it is. Vendigo gets in and forces the Uber out of Zigmas, but they do have a better Uber here, the red team, but all the position in favour of 403. Are they going to be able to collapse on them? Vendigo just putting out rocket after rocket. Incredible damage coming out from their pocket here. And the scouts are going to be able to clean up. Yeah, unfortunately.
Tracker got a couple of kills there, but was not able to finish off as many as the rest of 403. So it's going to bring us to 4-0. Not as close as we were hoping, perhaps, Sideshow.
No, it has been fairly backwards and forwards, but unfortunately the majority of it has just been Fat Kid Super Team stuck on their last point, unable to push back out, and these mids have not been going favourably for them either. I'm going to be watching the scout duo from 403 as one of them munches a big headshot from Tracker, the other one getting flanked by Rox. So only 3 alive, the heavies here from 403. As Pakas jumps around as well. Kanye Bless desperate to land pipes, but unfortunately unable to, and now it's only Tracker really left alive. Can he pull something magical out the back? He does! He manages to get the headshot onto Vendigo and nearly gets one onto Renew as well, but doesn't quite manage it. So big plays coming out from Tracker. Maybe they need to be running Sniper more often. Maybe they're not quite utilising one of their best assets.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it other than the occasional last defense, and he hasn't really pulled anything out with it so far, but this could be a good position for Zigmas. He does have an Uber. They waited so long that he does finally have it. Wait, did he might even have actually got out of middle there, but both Ubers are going to get popped off. Max once again going down at the beginning of the Uber, and now this is actually a really good position for Fat Kid Super Team as they're going to catch out the players. Pakas so close to going down, does not manage to create it there, but now 403 they might actually get caught out because they're still at choke, and Fat Kid Super Team are in behind them.
What are Fat Kid Super Team doing? Alfie went into them, which was completely the correct idea, but the rest of Fat Kid Super Team, led by Kanye and Tracker, went the wrong way, and now there was a perfect position for Renew and Pakas to actually backcap, but they just didn't realise. They were too confused as to what was happening to be able to react quick enough. Maybe they don't pick up the backcap. Yeah, that was the play, to completely bamboozle them to the point of just being able to do whatever they like. Kraftas is in behind, trying to get the back cap again. He's going to be fighting against Alfie, and Tracker comes back to help him with that frag. He is going to be able to pick it up, and only Vendigo going for the frag actually onto the red medic there, but he doesn't manage to pick it up. Pakas and Renew, the only ones left alive, and Pakas isn't connected at all, so is not building that Uber up whatsoever.
Yeah, we find ourselves in I think for the first time this map so far in a really good position for Fat Kid Super Team. They've got a huge Uber advantage. They can push second, probably for free, and then push last with that Uber advantage, but they're a little bit slow, and Tracker and Rox are going to get taken down in lobby. I'm not quite sure what they were doing there. They didn't need to be there. They don't need to be aggressive. They just need to be together and have heals so that they can like force out 403, and now 403 are actually going to try and come out. They're going to get really aggressive, and the Uber gets forced off in the top lobby. There's nothing there for them to fight, and it's just a completely wasted Uber. And with Kanye Bless going down now as well behind them, the server is going to change level. So I'm guessing 403 just won the round.
What on earth? Why would they do that to us? Why would they do it? But yeah, they have changed, so I assume it went 5-0, and that was a rage change. Obviously, not enough time there for Fat Kid Super Team to come back into it, so I am guessing, or I know, that the Enigma Zone crew 403 did manage to take Gullywash, but I shall thoroughly berate the players for switching the map so speedily.
Yeah, absolutely. As I can see from the logs, it was indeed a 5-0, so...
Should we have a look at those logs before we move on to Viaduct?
we shall have popped them in Mumble, and I'm going to pop them in the stream chat as well, just in case anyone wants to have a look. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the damage and the frags, it's not actually that bad for Fat Kid Soup team. You know, they've got some high fraggers in Rox and Track, and they've got some good damage coming out of Alfie as well. But I think the real weak links that I don't really want to point fingers at, because as far as I know, these were the two players that came in sort of last minute of Kanye Blessed and Maxa. So not a lot of damage coming out of those, and not a lot of frags either. So I mean, good for them to get sort of picked up at the last minute and like to sub in, but they are the weak links for this team, as you were saying.
They were, yeah, and I wasn't that bothered about Kanye Bless's performance. It was okay. He just wasn't hitting as much damage. So he wasn't making a lot of mistakes that Demoman normally do by overextending or not locking down places, stuff like that. He just wasn't hitting as much damage, and damage isn't everything about Demoman. It's also a big area control class, and he was able to do that fairly well. The problem is they are now playing Viaduct, where damage reigns supreme. Demoman damage is the most important thing on this map, probably, apart from scout fragability, that's a word. So that could put them at an even worse disadvantage, along with the lack of fragging ability of Maxa, who will have to pull something special out the bag. The one wild card they have in their pocket is Tracker, and I think if they want to maximize their chances of taking a win on this map, they are really going to have to play around Tracker, and hope he pulls something huge out the back.